Every day, quadceptrillions of people wonder the size of Fishlegs' man snake.
His footlong has questioned science itself and the laws of physics and evolution.
We are here for the will of the people.
To discover just how large Fishlegs' salmon trout is.
While others wonder, we question God himself.
We don't wonder, we discover.
While others dream about his furry coconuts.
We feel them.
Thank you for watching this. This is the Learning Channel.
Hello, I'm FatDog420. Me and my friend that fishy guy decided to find out the absolute maximum size of Fishlegs, banana and meatballs down under.
Now Fishlegs has a very certain body shape, and he's displayed as quite fat. Around his neck it's chubby and his arms look fat, but if I show you this clip, you'll see that he is no mere mortal.
As you can see, Fishleg is incredibly strong. If he really was fat, this strength would be impossible. Now look at his legs, skinniest legs I've ever seen on someone this large. Fat people usually have most of their fat enter their legs and belly before it reaches other parts, meaning that only Fishlegs' neck is really the fat part. And if there was no way for fat to reach his legs, this means it would have to gather on his body in a different part. But what is this restriction? What is stopping the fat? His monster dingle-dong. Hear me out.
You may be able to say, there's no lump there, you're overthinking things. He's just a chubby kid. This is no belly. What he's done is wrap around his mega rope around his body. This is what's restricting fat going to his legs, and this is why he appears fat. Around his waistline is just a sausage, kind of like a multi-layered belt.
According to the internet, Fishlegs is 5'7" tall or 173 centimeters. Using pixel measurements, Fishlegs from shoulder to shoulder should be 87 centimeters wide. From his shoulder to his assumed hip height, that's 58 centimeters. Now, assuming that Fishleg's sausage has been wrapped around his body his whole life, this means his entire waistline could not fully develop, meaning it is much skinnier than the average person, as it has been crushed over the years. This means he would naturally have an extremely thin waist. Me and that fishy guy decided on 30 centimeters. With his 87 centimeter wide body, minus bone structure, that equals to 57 centimeters.
We now have the height and width of where his loops of pecker can go. According to the internet, the average knob goblin width is 3.5 centimeters. Because of this, we know that Fishlegs can loop his spaghetti strands 16 times around his body 16 times, meaning Fishlegs can have a total of 256 loops of pure manhood around his waist before it fills up his shirt.
This is where it gets complicated. To be able to calculate Fishlegs' dong size, we need to first find out its length. Firstly, we know his waist size, and we know how many loops can go around his body. The only problem is each loop gets longer, meaning every single layer needs its own calculation.
So what we do is we start with the first layer, nice and easy. It's the radius, which is 15 because of the waist size. And then hippity hoppity that into a circumference generator because math is boring. Then we got our first layer, which is with a circumference of 94.24 centimeters. Times that by 16.5 and you have a total for the layer of 1554.96 centimeters of pure schlong on a single layer. Now all you have to do is add 3.5 to the waist size of 15 to calculate what the next layer will have a circle. And then add another 3.5 after that, and another, until you're finished with the final layer.
Once you've added up all the answers, this adds up to 68,480.18 centimeters. Now that's the length has been completed, it's time to calculate its actual size. If you take into consideration his sausage noodle width of 3.5 centimeters, this means that his meat stick is 658,522 centimeters cubed, or 658 liters.
Flesh, according to the internet, weighs 99% of water, slightly lighter, pretty much the same. This means, as we know the liters, we can find out its weight. His weighing is, in fact, 651.42 kilograms. So in conclusion,
Fishlegs is packing a massive dingle-dong. A huge one.
so much bigger than mine.
And mine, I feel really self-conscious now.
Combined.
Yeah, the Fishlegs is packing like... You can't look at him the same because now you just know he's more dominant. It's packing.
Thick boy.
Juicy.